In the ancient history of Persia, the secrets of a civilization shrouded in grandeur and mystery await discovery. From the Paleolithic era, where Neanderthals crafted Mousterian stone tools, to the rise of the Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great, Persia's rich history is a tapestry of innovation, conquest, and cultural fusion. How did this land, rich with legends and power, shape the world as we know it? Watch till the end to uncover the untold stories of the ancient history of Persia. Our story begins in the Paleolithic era, over 10,000 years ago. The earliest archaeological artifacts in Iran were unearthed in the Kashafrud and Ganj Par sites. These relics, including Mousterian stone tools crafted by Neanderthals, offer a glimpse into the lives of the region's ancient inhabitants. The Zagros Mountains, central Iran, and sites like Kobe, Kunji, Bisatun Cave, Tamtama, Warwasi, and Yafta Cave reveal more about the Neanderthals who once roamed these lands. In 1949, Carlton S. Kuhn discovered a Neanderthal radius in Byzantine Cave, solidifying Iran's significance in prehistoric studies. As time marched on, evidence of Upper Paleolithic and Epipaleolithic periods emerged primarily from the caves of Kermanshah and Khorramabad. Here, early humans began to create rock art, leaving behind a testament to their burgeoning creativity and social development. The Neolithic era marked a pivotal shift as early agricultural communities began to flourish. Sites like Choga Golan, dating back to 10,000 BC, and Choga Banut, the earliest village in Elam, provided crucial insights into this transformative period. Western Iran, particularly the Zagros Mountains, became a hub of early civilization, with settlements like Susa and Choga Mish playing central roles. Susa, one of the oldest known settlements, possibly dates back to 4395 BC. It was here, in the Fertile Crescent, that humanity's first major crops were cultivated, paving the way for future advancements. As we move into the Bronze Age, Iran's cultural and technological achievements continued to expand. Northwestern Iran became part of the Kura-Araxes culture, which extended into the Caucasus and Anatolia. The Jiroft culture in southeastern Iran stands out for its rich archaeological finds, including objects adorned with distinct engravings and made from materials like chlorite, copper, bronze, terracotta, and lapis lazuli. Recent discoveries here have even revealed the world's earliest inscriptions, predating those of Mesopotamia. Iran's Bronze Age was marked by the rise of urbanism, the creation of organized city-states, and the invention of writing. While the Proto-Elamite script remains undeciphered, the Elamites were among the earliest to adopt writing, highlighting their advanced state of development. The early Iron Age saw the arrival of Indo-European tribes from the Pontic-Caspian steppe, which reshaped the cultural and political landscape of the Iranian plateau. The Medes, Persians, and Parthians began to populate the region, gradually supplanting the Elamites and integrating with the indigenous peoples. Throughout its prehistoric and early historical periods, Iran was a melting pot of cultures and innovations. From the Neanderthals of the Paleolithic era to the advanced societies of the Bronze Age, the region played a crucial role in the development of human civilization. The Neolithic era brought agricultural advances and early settlements, while the Bronze Age saw the rise of urban centers and early writing systems. The early Iron Age marked the arrival of new peoples and the dawn of a new chapter in Iran's rich tapestry of history. In 646 BC, Assyrian king Ashurbanipal sacked Susa, ending Elamite supremacy and paving the way for the rise of the Median Empire. By 612 BC, the Medes, under Cyaxares, had united Iran and destroyed the Neo-Assyrian Empire. This paved the way for the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great around 550 BC. Cyrus overthrew the Median, Lydian, and Neo-Babylonian empires, creating a vast empire known for its tolerance and efficient administration. His son, Cambyses II, expanded the empire by conquering Egypt. Darius I, succeeding Cambyses, established administrative reforms, built extensive infrastructure, and initiated the Greco-Persian Wars. Despite initial successes, these wars ultimately ended in Persian defeats, leading to the loss of territories in Europe. Following the decline of the Achaemenid Empire, Alexander the Great swiftly conquered Persia by 331 BC. After his death, the Seleucid Empire, established by Seleucus Nicator, brought Greek culture and language to the region. However, by the late 3rd century BC, the Parthians under the Arsacid dynasty had defeated the Seleucids and established the Parthian Empire. The Parthians, known for their cavalry, became Rome's eastern adversary. Despite their military strengths, they struggled with siege warfare, leading to a stalemate with Rome until the empire's decline in 224 AD. The Sasanian Empire rose to power next, with Ardashir I initiating reforms that made Iran a leading world power. The Sasanians frequently clashed with the Byzantine Empire in protracted wars. Despite initial victories, the Sasanians were ultimately defeated by the Byzantines and later by invading Muslim forces at the Battle of Al-Qadisiyah in 632. The Sasanian era is considered a pinnacle of Persian civilization, influencing Roman and later Islamic culture significantly. The legacy of the Sasanians extended beyond their empire, impacting regions as far as Europe, China, and India, and contributing to the development of Islamic civilization. Persian history during the medieval period unfolds like a tapestry woven with threads of conquest, culture, and religious transformation. As the Islamic faith took root in the region, Sunni Islam initially held sway, but Shia inclinations simmered beneath the surface, nourished from various centers such as Kufa, Baghdad, Najaf, and Hila. The dominance of Sunni Islam was challenged by movements like the Zaydis of Tabaristan and the Buyids, hinting at the diversity of religious beliefs within Iran. However, it was the arrival of the Safavid Empire in the 16th century that reshaped Iran's religious landscape. Under Ismail I, Shia Islam was elevated to the status of the official religion, marking a profound shift in the country's spiritual identity. This transformative period not only solidified Iran's transition to a predominantly Shia state, but also laid the foundation for future religious and cultural developments. Amidst these religious shifts, the region witnessed the rise and fall of various dynasties and empires. The Timurid Empire, led by the Turco-Mongol conqueror Timur, brought both conquest and devastation to Iran. Despite the brutality of Timur's campaigns, his regime fostered a vibrant cultural scene, with poetry, art, and architecture flourishing under Timurid's patronage. Poets like Hafez emerged during this era, their works imbued with the mysticism of Sufi teachings. Sufism, with its symbolic language and metaphysical insights, provided solace and inspiration to many Iranians, even as they endured the tumultuous times of the Timurid rule. Meanwhile, Turkmen tribal federations such as the Kara-Koyanlu and the Ak-Koyanlu vied for power, carving out territories in northwestern Iran. Their struggles for dominance mirrored the larger geopolitical landscape, with conflicts between rival Turkmen tribes and external threats from the Timurids shaping the destiny of the region. As the medieval period drew to a close, Iran stood at a crossroads of history, poised between the legacy of its past and the promise of its future. The Safavid Empire's embrace of Shia Islam marked a decisive turning point, setting the stage for Iran's emergence as a bastion of Shia culture, scholarship, and spirituality in the centuries to come. Through the 14th and 15th centuries, Iran experienced both turmoil and cultural flourishing, laying the groundwork for its transformation into a Safavid stronghold by the early 16th century. As the Safavid Empire crumbled, Persia plunged into a tumultuous period marked by chaos and upheaval. Shah Abbas II's reign saw the beginning of the end for the Safavid dynasty, characterized by declining revenues, military threats, and lavish lifestyles of later rulers. The empire's vulnerabilities were ruthlessly exploited by external powers like Russia and the Ottoman Empire, which seized territories and weakened Persia's hold over its domains. In the midst of this turmoil, a native Iranian warlord from Khorasan, Nader Shah, emerged as a formidable force. He restored Persia's territorial integrity by defeating the Afghans, Ottomans, and Russians, and even negotiated the withdrawal of Russian forces from Iran's Caucasian territories. Nader's ambition knew no bounds, leading him to launch ambitious campaigns against the Mughal Empire in India and the Uzbek Khanates in Central Asia. Nader's conquest brought immense wealth and power to Persia, but they also sowed the seeds of his downfall. His military setbacks in Dagestan, coupled with growing megalomania and cruelty, eroded his authority and sparked revolts among his subjects and officers. Nader's assassination in 1747 plunged Persia into chaos once again, as rival commanders vied for control and external powers encroached on its territories. Out of this chaos emerged Ahmad Shah Durrani, one of Nader's former officers, who founded an independent state that would later become modern Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Erikle II capitalized on the instability to assert control over Kartli and Kakheti, forming the Kingdom of Kartli-Kakheti and ushering in a period of relative stability in eastern Georgia. While mainland Iran descended into civil war, Karim Khan of the Zand dynasty ruled over a brief period of peace from Shiraz. However, the Zand's power was limited to Iran and parts of the Caucasus, and Karim Khan's death in 1779 paved the way for the ascendance of the Qajar dynasty. Amidst shifting alliances and territorial losses, Persia struggled to regain its former glory. The Ottomans seized Basra and Bahrain fell to the Al-Khalifa family, further diminishing Persia's influence in the region. As the dust settled on this turbulent period, Persia stood at a crossroads, poised to embark on a new chapter in its history under the rule of the Qajars. During the late modern period under the Qajar dynasty, Iran confronted formidable challenges, navigating a landscape fraught with territorial losses, demographic upheavals, and geopolitical rivals. The Russo-Persian Wars of the 19th century inflicted profound wounds on Iran, culminating in the signing of treaties like Gulistan (1813) and Turkmenchay (1828). These treaties saw Iran relinquishing vast swaths of territory to Imperial Russia, including eastern Georgia, Dagestan, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, reshaping the nation's northwestern borders and fundamentally altering its geopolitical dynamics. The aftermath of these conflicts precipitated major demographic shifts within Iran. Waves of Caucasian Muslims, including groups like the Irams, Karapapaks, Circassians, and Shia Lezgins, sought refuge within Iran's borders as a response to Russian encroachment, punitive expeditions, and misgovernance in the Caucasus. Concurrently, the treaties facilitated the resettlement of Armenians from Iran into newly annexed territories, leading to significant demographic transformations in Iranian Armenia. Iran's entanglement with European powers during Fath Ali Shah's reign exacerbated diplomatic rivalries, culminating in the signing of the Anglo-Russian Convention of 1907. This agreement delineated spheres of influence between the United Kingdom and Russia, emblematic of the broader geopolitical maneuvering known as the Great Game. Iran's precarious position between these major powers heightened tensions and underscored the nation's vulnerability. Amidst these challenges, the late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed the dawn of Persian constitutional revolution, a pivotal moment in Iran's history. This movement, culminating in 1906, ushered in a limited constitutional monarchy, signaling the seismic shift in Iran's governance and laying the groundwork for subsequent political transformations. The ascent of Reza Khan and the establishment of the Pahlavi dynasty in 1925 marked a decisive transition towards authoritarian rule and modernization efforts in Iran, shaping the trajectory of the nation for decades to come. In essence, the late modern period in Iran was marked by an intricate interplay of territorial concessions, demographic flux, and geopolitical tensions, setting the stage for the unfolding of further chapters in Iran's history. As we conclude our journey through the ancient history of Persia, we invite you to join us in celebrating the rich tapestry of Persian culture and heritage. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future episodes and explore more captivating stories from the sands of time.